That's right, everybody. Welcome. Today we are doing something a little different. We're not just playing Blades of Steel, the classic hockey game for NES, but we are going to be comparing the NES version to the arcade version of Blades of Steel. And, you know, when we talk about sports games on the NES, Blades of Steel is one of the all-time greats. You know, it's there like in the top three. You know, where you want to put it. I'd probably put it at number one personally. I mean, although technically, you know, Tecmo Bowl is better. Yeah, I'll give it that. We're going with like what's the best sports game, but I like hockey more, and I absolutely love Blades of Steel. And despite its unrealistic portrayal, but this was one that just blew everybody away, and it was so much fun when it came out. So let's go ahead and dive in. And since we're doing a comparison here, we're not going to go through the whole tournament. We're just going to do an exhibition game on the NES. And you know what? We'll go. I haven't played this since probably like the Wii days with a buddy of mine on the Virtual Console. But you know, let's see how Pro goes. And right now, because it is, you know, to date this video a little bit, the Stanley Cup Finals coming up. This is before there were any Florida teams, but we'll go with Edmonton for our team, and you know what? We'll go with Toronto as the opposing team, and we'll see how that goes. I forget if Edmonton is a good team in this or not. I mean, you have the speech samples, which were just amazing. That when you turn it on, you hear that Blades of Steel. Just blow your mind on the NES back in the day. And like the graphics, they're not that great today, but like the presentation, the music, everything, like this looked great back then. And I think it still looks cool. And it's funny because I think this holds up a lot better than Double Dribble, whereas like if you're going for a basketball game at the time, oh, get it. Ah, shit. If you're going for a basketball game on the NES at the time, then Double Dribble was the game, you know, also from Konami. I and it was one that's like it looked really cool, but it doesn't hold up. And even back then, I think like you know, it was the best of like what you had for it. Ah. Ah. All right. Yeah, not having played this in like nearly 20 years is really shown. And even then, like I wasn't playing against the computer. It was versus. Um oh. Yeah, I should have picked a different team. And we have the great fights. That'll help us, you know, the boom. You know, when you lose a fight in Blades of Steel, when you win, it's the player that loses gets put in the penalty box. you get the power play. So at least we're on the board with that. Really have to step up the defense here. And the offense. Fuck. Ah, shit. Get it. Cool. All right. Getting that old feel back for it. Yeah, the presentation on this, the music, everything, it was just so much fun. It was fast paced, and definitely like the best hockey game on NES. Even like I said, despite the fact that it didn't follow the rules. Yeah. You still have like icing, but that's it, and there are no penalties. But this was my go-to hockey game, despite uh those things until NHL hockey for Sega Genesis, where you had like the real licensed teams that could be my Pittsburgh Penguins, and just absolutely dominate with that. So it was good times. Ah. It was definitely better. Oh shit. Come on. Oh, come on. I still to this day I don't know what you say. That's the pass. Grab my ass. Like, I don't know what he's saying. Shit. All right, we're 2 goals down. I'm not happy about this. No! No! Get him, get him, get him! Fuck you! I love seeing him get dragged off. Oh! Oh! Whew. Got that deflection. Man, my my thumbs are getting sore already. My hand's cramping up. The controller, oh god. Come on! Fuck! Not looking too good. Not looking too good for us at all. No! Wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. Shit, shit, shit. Yeah, I'm playing this one first because I swear this came out first. And this was one of the rare occasions where a console game ended up being ported to the arcade. And I can't remember where I read that, where I saw that, but I've always thought that was the case. And I mean, especially since it was like way later before I ever saw Blades of Steel in the arcades, you know, like it'd been a year or two uh, before I saw one. And I know that, you know, that doesn't mean anything, but shit, so out of position on that. But like it just felt so different. I you know, we knew Blades of Steel as an NES game. We didn't know it as an arcade game. Like but I mean Double Dribble was an arcade game before it was NES, but you know, we don't really think of it. Ah! All right, we're in trouble. We're only down by one, but that's not bad. This is one of the cool things. We got the Gradius. scene. Ads for other Konami games. Contra, Jackal. What an exciting game. Fantastic graphics, awesome music. All your friends will want it. Love it. Love the presentation in this. But yeah, but apparently the arcade game did come out first. And then Blades of Steel. So and then the NES version, I guess I should say. Got him. I don't completely believe that. That's the information I have. Is the arcade in North America was October 1987, and then the NES release was in December of '88. And I feel like that's backwards. I know Blades was like a year after Double Dribble. Oh, I knew I was out of position on that. I fucked up. What I didn't know was that this actually got like a DOS and a Commodore 64 release in 1990. And I never heard of those. I've never seen them. Come on! Oh my god, we're all tied up at 9 goals apiece. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ah! Come on! Come on! At least I was like actually in position for that one. And they let it just go right between the pads. Fuck. Got him. If we end up losing on penalties, I'm fine with that. I just don't want to lose in regulation. I prefer to win. That's what we're going for. It'd be cool to be able to show you the penalty shootouts, but fuck. Go! Ah! Son of a bitch. Oh, god damn it. That's it. That's the game. Fuck. I don't know if I can come back from this. Well, without some fucking defense. Oh, come on. That was stupid of me. That was stupid. That's it. That's the game. Lost by 3. Oh, so disappointing. Yeah, it should be us taking that victory lap. Oh well. Yeah, right there it says 1988. So let's go to the arcade version and see what that has to say. Okay. The Supreme Hockey Challenge. So there, and it says 87. So okay, I don't know where I read that. I know why I believed it, why I thought that about the NES version coming first, but I know I read it somewhere, and clearly that's wrong. But yeah, I know it wasn't until after after the NES version that I did see this in the arcade. And I remember I saw it at the gold mine. I think Spaceport had it too. And I'm like, oh hell yeah, Blades of Steel. And it was a much different experience than the NES version. And you will see why as we go through this video. But despite the humiliating loss I just suffered in the NES version on exhibition, I'm blaming that on playing as Edmonton, team that I didn't normally play as. I think they suck in the game. I don't know. It's been a long time, but I was actually pretty good at Blades of Steel back in the day. I would even say really good at it. If you put me in front of a hockey video game, I was generally pretty solid. Not so much with the regular Nintendo ice hockey, but I also played that the least. I did have a fascination with it, and I really wanted it, but Blades of Steel just kind of made it redundant. So that was kind of where I went. I mean, it's still fun, super fun ice hockey game, but different sort of depth to it. Yeah, I mean there is depth to it, unlike Blades of Steel, which is more arcade action fun. But I figure I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna run this in the arcade. It's gonna be good. But this was definitely designed to just steal quarters, and you will see why. We'll go with 10 minutes of playtime. That's okay. And this I haven't played, like I played this in the arcade a couple of times. So it handles a lot different on the ice. What am I?
Get the pass. Get the pass. Clear out the center. He's going
Okay.
down to make the save. Bruise and check.
Ah! How did I not get possession?
Bruise and check. Bruise and check. Get the pass.
Get the pass.
What a blast.
Oh, what? So every time they score on you, you lose 10 seconds of playtime.
Face off. Get the pass. What a blast.
I was right there. That should not have gone in.
From the face-off, JJ0, CPU2. What a blast.
Just getting demolished. And this is like a lot slower.
CPU3. Bruise and check. What a blast.
Alright. Are you seeing this?
From the face-off,
Like, to me, it looks like my
CPU4. Bruise and check. CPU is on the wing.
how do I change guys? Come on. Oh, there he actually saved it.
Bruise and check. JJ can dazzle. Fight. CPU is on the wing. CPU is on the wing. Good job. Bruise and check. Get the pass. He's going down to make the save. Bruise and check. He's going down to make the save. JJ is on the fly. Perfect shot.
Hardly. But hey, we got 30 seconds back.
Face off, JJ1, CPU4. Face off. Get the pass. He's going down to make the save. What a blast. From the
This is
face-off,
just
JJ1,
brutal.
CPU5. Bruise and check. CPU is on the wing. Bruise and check. Nice steal.
Come on. Ah. Yeah, the controls are
Bruise and check.
not as good.
JJ is on the fly. CPU can dazzle. Don't hurry the shot. CPU is clearing the puck.
The hell he is.
He's going down.
Oh, come on.
Nice steal. Don't hurry the shot. Ah, bruise and check. Good job. JJ can dazzle. JJ is on the wing.
Oh, my God.
They're going at each other. You're gonna pay. Hey, your brain damage. Kick his. Oh, you dead meat. Oh, come on.
All right, that sucks.
The end of the first period. Bonus stage. One-on-one slap shot.
Oh, that's cool. You get some bonus time. We got a minute back.
Period.
Having some mercy on us.
CPU is on the wing. Bruise and check.
Come on.
Perfect shot. From the face-off, JJ2, CPU 5. Face-off. Get the pass. He's going down to make the save. What a playmaker. He's going down to make the save. CPU is on the wing. Get the loser is back in the game. They're going at each other. Come on, you chump. You're gonna pay. Kick his butt. He's got me. Oh, all right.
Oh, come on.
CPU. Teams takes the puck. JJ needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. Shoot it back in. Get the pass. JJ can dazzle. Perfect shot.
All right, we're getting back in there. Getting the hang of this. But yeah, I sucked at this in the arcade. It was super hard. I thought, and it's not as fast. Like,
Going down to make the save. Ah, what a blast. From the face-off, JJ3, CPU 6. CPU is on the wing. Get the pass. Shot goes wide. They're going at each other. Hey, pretty face. Hey, your brain damage. He's dead meat. Oh, all right. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh.
I don't know how to win that.
JJ needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. He's going down to make the save. CPU is on the wing. Nice steal. Bruise and check. Get the pass. The loser is back in the game.
Ooh.
From the face-off, JJ4, CPU 6.
Yeah, like the fight vocal samples. That's fun.
He's going down to make the save. They're going at each other. Hey, your brain damage. Come on, you chump. He's dead meat. come on.
Oh, wait. We won one. Sweet.
J teams takes the puck. CPU needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. Perfect shot.
Good old
J,
rubber banding.
CPU, 6.
Although, honestly, I think I'm doing better at now than I ever did playing this in the arcade. Holy shit.
They're going at each other. Hey, you're brain damaged. You're gonna pay. Kick his butt.
Is that Linda from Bob's Burgers in there? Wow, we won too.
J teams takes the puck. CPU needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. Perfect shot.
We tied it up. Holy shit.
Both teams are at full strength. Face off. Get the pass.
Oops.
He's going down to make the save. CPJJ is clearing the puck. Nice steal. JJ is on the wing. They're going at each other. Hey, you're brain damaged. You're gonna pay. He's dead me. All right.
I need to put some Shorzy chirps in here for the fights. All right, let's do this. Fuck. Ah. Shit.
CPU is on the wing. CPU is inside out. Get the pass. Bruise and check. What a blast.
Ah, no. I don't know how to reliably switch my guys.
From the face-off, JJ6, CPU 7. The loser is back in the game. End of the second period.
All right.
Stage. One-on-one block shot.
Oh, now we have to block the shots.
Start of the third period. Face off. Good job. Get the pass. Fight. They're going at each other. Hey, you're brain damaged. You're gonna
Give your balls a tug, tip fucker.
Oh, you dead meat. Oh, come on. Oh. CPU teams takes the puck. JJ needs first aid. What a blast.
Come on. That was some bullshit.
From the face-off, JJ6, CPU 8. JJ is on the wing. Good job. He's going down to make the save. Nice steal. What a blast.
How is he doing that? This is bullshit.
JJ6, CPU 9. Get the pass.
Like, all right, obviously the graphics are.
What a blast.
I was even like moving down on the joystick. Like,
From the face-off,
no reason for that.
CPU 10. Bruise and check. Perfect shot. From the face-off, JJ7, CPU 10. Face off. Get the pass. Fight.
I don't need this shit.
Hey, pretty face. You're gonna pay. He's dead meat. Oh, all right. Oh, come on.
All right.
JJ Teams takes the puck. CPU needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. CPU
Come on.
is on the wing. Get the pass. Bruise and check. Bruise and check. Bruise and check. The loser is back in the game. Get the pass. Get the pass. He's going down to make the save. Nice steal. JJ can dazzle. CPU is on the wing. Good job. He's going down to make the save. Bruise and check. He's going down to...
Oh, come on!
Get the pass. What a playmaker. Get the pass. JJ is on the wing. JJ can... What a blast.
Wow.
From the face-off, JJ 8. CPU 10. Face-off. Get the pass. Bruise and check. JJ can dazzle. Perfect shot.
All right, we're back in this. We got a minute left.
From the face-off, JJ 9. CPU 10. Face-off. Get the pass. Bruise and check. Get the pass. Perfect.
Yeah! Oh, man, we're all tied up. We got a minute left. We gotta hold it. Maybe we can
Teams are at full strength.
get that momentum swing.
Face-off. Get the pass. He's going down to make the save. Fight. They're going at each other. Hey, you're brain damaged. Come on, you chump. Kick his butt. He's dead meat. All right.
Come on! Yeah!
JJ Teams takes the puck. CPU needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. Shot goes wide. CPU is on the wing. Nice steal. Get the pass. Bruise and check. He's going down to make the save. The loser is back in the game. End of the third period.
Oh my god. We're going into overtime.
One-on-one slap shot. Game in overtime. Face off. Get the pass. What a blast.
Oh. Yeah, and this is the great thing about hockey back in the day. There wasn't sudden death over, like, if you went into overtime, like, well, I mean, one, we had, there were ties, and I like that a lot more than sudden death.
JJ is on the wing.
Oh shit.
Get the pass.
Oh, come on. But if there was an overtime, it wasn't sudden death. It was like you keep going till it's over. And that's what made, playoff hockey so exciting.
Fight! They're going at each other. Hey! Your brain damage! Hey, pretty face! He's dead meat! Oh! All right! Oh! Aw, come on!
Oh, so close.
CPU. Teams takes the puck. JJ needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. What a blast!
God, they're just dominating me. Fucking hell.
From the face-off, JJ 10, CPU 13. CPU is on the wing. Ah, bruising check. Bruising check. Ah! He's going down to make the save. Fight! They're going at each other. Hey! Your brain damage! You dummy! He's dead meat! Oh! All right! Oh, come on! Oh! JJ Teams takes the puck. CPU needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. Ah! Bruising check. CPU is on the wing. Ah! Bruising check. He's going down to make the save.
Ah. Well, look at that. Same score. $13-10, but we went to overtime there. Oh, look, they get the Konami Cup. The cup with all the names. Yeah, they're smiling like a butcher's dog. But
Start of the first period. Face
oh,
Get the pass.
still going.
Bruising check. Fight.
It's like, hey, you got playtime left.
You're gonna pay. Come on, you chump. He's dead meat. Oh! All right. Oh, come on. Oh! JJ Teams takes the puck. CPU needs first aid. He's out for 30 seconds. Clear out the center. 30 seconds playtime left. CPU can dazzle. Clear out the center. Get the pass. Fight. CPU can dazzle. Bruising check. The loser is back in the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bruising check.
There you have it. Blades of Steel. For the arcade. Blades of Steel for NES. There you get the classic Blades of Steel theme.
Blades of Steel.
And I mean, aside from that, like get the pass being clearly audible in the arcade, version. And the ability to have the funny voice samples during the fights. Aside from the graphics and those clear samples, I think the NES version is superior in every way. Um, I mean, like the playtime, and then like losing playtime for getting scored on, but then at the same time, you score a goal, you get it back. That's not too bad, but like that can really mess you up. Um, like, and depending on what happens with the rubber banding, like hard to get a idea of how much of a full game could be. I mean, like, what if it does? It sends you to overtime. Yeah, like do you trust it? Uh, with the arcade, because we lose sight of this, and like when we were kids, we didn't have a clear idea of it, but especially with consoles, like we forget that the design is completely different and like what they're meant to do. One is meant to keep you playing that game for a long time at home and give you entertainment value. The other is meant to extract as many quarters from you as possible and keep you playing it, but really it wants a quarter going in every 2 minutes. A lot of like the old games, like Max, and it wants you to enjoy it. So this is one of those that could easily do it. But the thing is, they they had like better ice physics than the NES. Like you felt like you were on ice more. It was harder to turn. It was harder to move. It was slower too. But that's the other problem. It was slower. Like you weren't just like slippery or anything, not being able to turn a dime, but it felt so much slower compared to the NES. So like there wasn't a ton of arcade action in that. And I think other games like Hit the Ice did it better. Uh for like the arcade action. Um but yeah, even like the music, that memorable Blades of Steel music that plays at the intermission, played at the end of the game here. I think it sounds better on the NES than the arcade. I mean, like that higher pitch, it just sounds better to me. Uh, there's something about like the silvery flickering guys that I think look better than like the yellow outlines on these. I don't know. That that was something where it's like when the guys were doing it, either there or in Double Dribble, like it felt kind of magic. It felt like special for some, like I think because it reminded us of getting the Invincible Star in Super Mario, honestly. But just a yellow outline on the guy you're controlling, it doesn't have that. Um, it's kind of interesting. Like I think like the way Konami handled sports games, because they also did roller games, which we did a video on here on this channel. Uh, but it had a lot of like a very similar look to it in the graphics. I mean, obviously like bigger sprites and everything, and that came years later. It was in the 90s, the 91, I believe. Maybe 92. When roller games from Konami came out, but it also that had the yellow line. The sprites had a similar style to them, but obviously bigger with more detail. But it was very, yeah, like it reminds me a lot of this now that I'm thinking about it, like the stylistically. And I think that was just like Konami sports games at the time, because I mean, like Blades of Steel and Double Dribble and NES shared a lot of that same sort of visual DNA. But yeah, Blades of Steel still one of the most fun sports games on NES. Uh, the best hockey game on NES. for sure. Was it top 3 sports games on NES? I mean, like obviously, I'd probably have to put Tecmo Bowl at 1, then Blaze of Steel, and then I'm gonna put Super Dodgeball at 3. I'm gonna count it because that game is just fun. So if there are any other games like this you want to see me do a video on, let me know in the comments below. Let me know, did you play Blaze of Steel in the arcade first, or did you play it at home? Which did you like better? Because I remember playing this in the arcade, and I did not want to go back to. I didn't even want to play a full game because it felt so different than the NES game, and even here I'm feeling the difference. And like the punching, it didn't feel as responsive. Um, but yeah, I think they really did made a lot of improvements with the NES version, and that's why this is such a beloved game, to this day. And there were sequels to it, but they didn't really do as good, and it's kind of hard, like, where do you go from there? Like at the time when Blades of Steel came out, like a game like this, it was awesome and it was fun. But then once you had like the licensing deals and you had real teams and you had consoles evolving to the point where they could handle like real hockey and have real rules, you there's only so much you could do, and there wasn't really a place for Blades of Steel in that world, like without changing the formula and doing more things like what happened with NBA Jam, which is amazingly uh fun game, and but not real basketball. Obviously, 2-on-2 arcade, very cartoony. NFL Blitz did a similar thing, and unfortunately, like if you go like the 2-on-2 route and stuff, and with the super arcadey, cartoony stuff with hockey, it can work, but it's still like the sport doesn't completely lend itself to that sort of thing. And Blaze of Steel, it's just one of those, like, as much as we love it, would love to see something new that stays in that same vein. I think it was very much a product of its time, and not something that could really be revived unless you wanted to make it like a real hockey game and do like real hockey and go after like the NHL series. But then it wouldn't really be Blades of Steel the way we remember it. I would love to see it become a competitor like that and take over the same way like 2K was, beating Madden before EA decided to play really dirty. Because the 2K football games were awesome. Like 2K, 2K1 on Dreamcast is way better than Madden. Uh, but you would need that license, and you would need to do something that makes it better than EA's games, and different, and stands out the way Blaze of Steel was able to stand out back in the day against Nintendo's ice hockey, um, at a time when you couldn't easily do real, like, full hockey with all its depth and everything, and until you got into the 16-bit era and started seeing that. But that is all for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It was really fun for me going back and revisiting these old titles, and I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will catch you next time.